Okay, welcome back to Thronebreaker. We're almost to the end. I'd say 2 more episodes at least. Probably. You know what? Maybe the biggest problem here I have with this game, I've been using the map too much.
Your Grace,
said Reynard, saluting and clicking his heels.
Peasants from the Scala region have arrived at camp. Supplicants, wishing to deliver a plea to your person.
Meve sighed. Supplicants, trials, audiences. All aspects of queendom she did not miss.
Very well. Bring them here.
She replied.
And instruct them to be brief, with no digressions.
The band of commoners was led by a sturdily built beekeeper dubbed Ethelred, son of Theobald. Finding himself in the Queen's presence, he fell to his knees and waved his arms in his best impression of proper etiquette.
Oh, my lady the Queen, your gracious mightiness, take pity on us tillers and toilers. Wars all around, leaving us but scraps to live off, and barely that, to be honest. So we beg you, don't do it. Don't raise the levies. We can't pay more than...
What?
Meve interrupted.
What the devils are you talking about?
Why, your decree. One they nailed to our notice board.
The peasant said, sheepishly pulling out a parchment and pointing to the relevant paragraph with his rough finger.
We, Queen Meve, do hereby proclaim that if our throne we shall recover, the tallage, murage, and pavage we shall raise threefold. The expenses of this war for to compensate at the cost of the common folk.
Meve and Reynard exchanged astonished glances. They had issued no such decree. Yet the document bore her signature and seal.
Willem, did you have a hand in this?
No, Mother.
The prince said, shaking his head.
We were at odds, true, but never would have forged your name.
Then who fabricated this decree?
The Nilfgaardians.
The Queen replied without hesitation.
They have access to my seal, to my scribes. They wish to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt, turn my folk against me. And they are liars without any honor.
The Queen tore the falsified document to shreds. Knowing this would solve nothing, she had to find the printers churning out these fakeries and end their run.
I mean, where would they be, though? Therein lies a bit of an issue, I suppose. Hold on. Well, I do need... Okay, there's a bridge there. Alright, I think, should be here. And there's one bridge there. That's the only bridge I can think of, really. Maybe here as well, but I doubt it. So it would seem reasonable, honest. Okay. Puzzle battle. Gotta be there. So, I guess you need some new seals, don't you, Queen Meve? Yep. As expected. Prince Willem. Alright, going over to deal with that camp. There's a notice board. Something over there, clearly. What the hell is this? There's a chest. I think the treasure is... There's a castle. Yeah, the Nilfgaardians had not expected other guests to join them. And yet join them we shall.
New orders? No? Again and again and again.
An Nilfgaardian champion.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
Do you really want to know? Unleash the dogs.
We'll catch 'em all!
Alright, this one's gonna boost itself. Probably for the best that I destroy that one.
I'm a one say.
And that one. Alright. Yep, as expected. Alright. Round one. At least it's not boosted anymore.
Ha!
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Alright, that dog is gonna be quite good. Here comes the Impera. Deal with those. I'll deploy the Strays cavalry.
The chase is on!
They should be able to deal with this.
To thee, Nidloir!
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
As good as dead, that lot.
Every turn.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
It's immune now.
It's got sand aplenty in them.
One bolt's all I need.
Alright. I'll pass. What can Nilfgaard do?
A shame I have no time.
They have 4 cards.
I never miss.
Go on, Enkazel! Discipline, that is what you folk lack.
God damn it, all. That spy wasn't so useful, was it? Wait. Bloody hell. So they can't beat me in the field, so they resort to propaganda. Another day, another puzzle. Play the ingredient card that matches the scent of each unit. Sometimes throwing an ally on the fire is the best way out. Fred that matches the scent of each unit. A scout. Mushrooms. Let's try again. Consume the left on the melee row. If it was remove one power. Left. It was what the if it was a unit. Okay. Tender flesh steamed in roots and herbs over many years. Alright, carries a scent of cheap booze and garlic stewed through the gut. Day and night. All right. Okay, that's where I need to go precise actually. What's this?
Oi, Meavy!
Cried Gascon, as usual paying no heed to courtly etiquette.
Come here a minute.
Would it hurt so terribly to occasionally address me by Your Grace or Your Majesty?
Didn't want to be petty, but since you bring it up, you've never once addressed me as the Duke of Dogs.
Meave sighed, rolling her eyes.
Get on with it.
My lads jumped one of the Blackclads' transports. Guess what they were hauling?
Gascon handed Meave a pot filled to the brim with a thick, dark fluid.
Paint?
Close. Printer's ink. Same tone used in those phony decrees.
Meave spun on her heel, put a hand to her mouth, and yelled,
Reynard! Send scouts to comb the area!
Her soldiers returned a few hours later with good news. They were able to find a Nilfgaardian printer's workshop hidden in an abandoned barn. It was guarded by a division of elite infantry.
Right, so?
Gascon thumbed the edge of his blade.
Shall we stop the presses?
Time for the Nilfgaardians to publish a retraction.
Spoke the Queen as she drew her sword.
Signed with their own blood. Follow me!
The Lyrians did not need to be told twice. Their Queen's honor, her good name, that was a cause well worth fighting for.
I'd say Meave is a cause worth fighting for. There are a few leaders, protagonists in video games that are worth admiration. Or are well written enough to make you care, really. Meave is very well written.
It's her!
Yes!
Yes, you fool her! Sound the alarm! Larum!
Sup, Nilfgaardians? Bet you didn't expect me to show up.
Blood washes away all shame!
For every 2 units, okay. We need to destroy the Nilfgaardian commandants. Mm-hmm. That will do, right? Oh, damn. Okay, 5. This might do it.
One bolt I need.
Alright. That'll put an end to them, I think.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
Totally.
Left, right, left,
Defeat
right.
the entire brigade and it gets even better.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Sup?
Give me a target.
Hellcatzer!
Mm-hmm.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
So much anger and suffering. For what?
Off to the front yet again.
What do you want of me?
It's not too late to walk away.
If I can destroy any more cards.
Or the Commissar will hear. Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Well, I guess that wasn't worth playing at, after all. The bear, that is. That was my mistake over there. Destroy the highest unit by 15. Boost the lowest unit. Might be worth it.
It's her! Yes, you fool her! Sound the alarm! Larum!
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
I can destroy them. Alright.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Or every 2 units.
Hellcatzer!
Arbalista, your command.
Need to destroy that one.
Off to the front yet again.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
As you wish, milady.
This is not good.
Off to the front yet again.
Tell me you jest.
Alright, again. It's still a card game. It's still random. Alright, I'll keep that one. Keep that one. When all units with the same power to the opposite row. Alright, that will do it.
It's her! Yes, you fool her! Sound the alarm! Larum!
And all units with the same power. Combine that.
The chase is on!
Alright, this one needs to be destroyed, I think. Oof. Damn.
Again and again and again.
Very glad.
Our ballista, your command.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target. Thing about slings, they hide well.
Off to the front yet again.
Armor won't serve them.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Gloire and Katza!
What do you want of me?
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
I'm getting hammered here.
Off to the front yet again.
Yeah, restart. I need damage dealers to take down the immunity cards, that's the problem. Might work. That will work.
It's her! Yes, you fool her! Sound the alarm! Larum!
Wanna know why I got my scar?
Go on, Enkazer!
The chase is on!
Alright, just gotta destroy some more cards.
Oh, the Commissar will hear.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Screw you.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Rach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
A king faces difficult choices.
Alright, that worked.
Our ballista, your command.
Off to the front yet again.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Armor won't save.
Rach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
They weren't expecting us. Seems they believed their own blarney.
Huh. Well, such is the way of things.
The Nilfgaardians fought fiercely, led by a seasoned covert agent. Seeing he would soon fall into enemy hands, he put a knife to his throat and, in a quick slash, sent blood pouring over paper and still wet ink. Reynard leapt towards him, trying to stanch the red tide. But it was too late, and the spy's secrets perished with his last gargled breath. Meve picked up a freshly printed pamphlet. The document listed her many crimes and misdeeds, the true and the manufactured alike. Above the main body of the text, an etching depicted her, well, in a very unflattering manner.
How about a taste of their own medicine?
Asked Gascon, piecing blocks of type into a scathingly foul phrase.
Me and the lads will scratch out a couplet about Epdahi, spread it around the countryside, give the folk a hearty laugh at those tossers' expense.
Yes, these presses should be put to good use.
The Queen said.
But printing lewd jests is not it. We must spread facts. Tell what the Nilfgaardians did in Aldersburg, how they tried to murder me in Mahakam and Angren. What fate lies in store for those they conquer?
Gascon grew serious and set the ink-stained type back down.
Get to work. Before the sun sets, I wish to hold the first document in my hands.
Soon, in every town, village and tavern, there hung a notice detailing Nilfgaard's crimes. The outraged Rivians did what they could to strengthen the Queen's army. Some by offering coin, others by joining her ranks.
Alright then.
Nilfgaard left none alive in Rosberg, not even one woman, and no child was spared! Peasants from Edirne have been captured and put to work by force. Nilfgaard now prepares the same fate for Rivia and all Rivians. Emperor Nilfgaard, Emperor Emir var Emrys is a Fran imposter. A Fran.
A Van Doppler? Are you serious? I guess. What that? Well, there's nothing there. Quite a long road lies ahead. They're dead. They're not gonna need that anymore. All right. Boosting you to at least 125 power. All right.
Rivia will never die so long as we are alive. Nilfgaard will not spit in our maws. Lady.
All right. Okay. Watchtower, road, and camp. Small road, though. A broken camp. A broken wagon overseeing a camp. A Nilfgaardian banner on the parapet. Not there, probably. No. No, maybe not. Road. There's a tower, watchtower, that's what I'm looking for. Might be hard to spot, at least on the map. I am here. Well. Should I ever see a watchtower like that? Hold on. So it would have to be a road. Not that. No. Villager's map. 2 trees. A tower with an Nilfgaardian symbol. Trying to figure out where I might find what that. Well, I'll just keep an eye on the road, right? Oh, recruits, good. An army cometh. What should I do with these recruits? Seems pointless, really. Damage all enemies. I built all I could build, done all I could do.
The traitorous Caldwell family's residence loomed into view. Against the horizon, it looked suitably sinister. Yet the manor had changed since Meve last saw it. 2 new wings, ornate towers, a grand colonnade. And the windows now glistened with stained glass, the gilded hue of imperial suns.
We must pay them a visit,
Seethed the queen. The great double doors opened with an echoing thud. Just inside them stood the heir to the estate, Dragomir, his wife and 3 children by his side, and Helena, the treacherous count's widow. Sliding the cap from his head, thus giving proof of the family's hereditary baldness, Dragomir knelt down upon one knee.
Your Grace, my father's betrayal stands beyond doubt and exoneration.
The young Caldwell said flawlessly and in a single breath, as if he'd practiced a dozen times.
And his death at your hands was most well deserved. I beseech you to lay your trust in Prince Willem. He'll confirm I knew naught of my father's plans. I humbly ask that you not punish me for his sins. Allow me to stay on my ancestral lands, to serve faithfully as your loyal subject.
I believe not a word slithering out of his mouth,
whispered Reynard.
The first chance he gets to stab you in the back, he will take.
Meve narrowed her eyes and gazed at Dragomir. Large drops of sweat dripped from his brow.
You may stay,
said the Queen, finally breaking the silence.
on 2 conditions. Firstly, you will make a considerable donation toward the war effort. Then field an infantry regiment, fully outfitted, under my command.
Naturally, Your Grace. And the other?
In one swift motion, Meve snatched a crossbow from a soldier, put it to her cheek, and loosed. Caldwell the Younger screamed bloody murder as he threw up his arms to shield his face. The bolt hissed by and struck the center of a golden sun, shattering one of the stained glass windows.
Redecorate,
said the Queen flatly. She then mounted up and sped off, earnestly hoping she'd not come to regret her generosity.
I shall replace the glazing in the windows to bear Rivian diamonds. My father was wrong about you. I shan't let you... Again, I shan't let you down, Your Majesty. My father...
Yes, Mother?
we shall speak later.
Feels a bit unfinished. I mean, I would have asked Willem, but I didn't get that opportunity to do so. Oh, my troops hate me for this, but then again, I don't really care about the morale of my army at this stage. I'm not kidding, by the way. I'm done making choices based on the stupidity of the morale system, army morale system. They hate a lot of the decisions I've made, let's put it like that. Anyway. A battle for a fort. What am I gonna do with all this gold? Seems pointless, honestly. Right. Here we go.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Give me a target.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
This unit will be annihilated. Crap.
Ha!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
All right. Another Nilfgaardian champion.
Yeah, yeah!
All right.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
Crap.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
All right. A Mahaka male.
Off to the front yet again.
here?
Oh, I need more allies.
Hey?
In retreat!
Our ballista, your command.
Alright. It's gonna do some damage, but it's not the big issue. Heavy fire scorpion.
I warned you.
Goodbye. Nilfgaardians. Another fort taken. There's another one just up ahead. I am here. There's a castle over there. I'll deal with that shortly. Wait. Blast it all. Alright.
Let me tell you of Ravencloft, a quarry Meave passed by. A quarry with a dark history. For years earlier, its wall had collapsed, burying dozens alive. Scholars summoned from Oxenfurt were unanimous in their findings. The rock was fragile, further digging would likely cause slides. Meave had heeded the scholars' advice and closed the quarry by royal decree. Yet now, as she neared it, Meave could hear the even tap of pickaxes. She dispatched scouts to investigate. They returned promptly, their faces sullen, their cloaks blanched with a fine limestone dust.
Quarry's open anew, Your Grace. Nilfgaardians. They've got folk in the pit working it. Appear to be from the surrounding villages.
Interesting. Their engineers have found a way to render it safe. Secure the walls.
I'd say that's right unlikely, Majesty. Judging by the fresh graves we saw.
My son. I trust now you see the superior culture Nilfgaard has brought.
Said Meave, turning towards Willem. In answer, the prince merely dropped his head. The queen then turned to Reynard, as ever at her side.
Reynard, what do you advise?
As a soldier, my queen, I'd advise against any kind of assault. The terrain's hard, unsuitable for a fight, and we've little to gain from a victory. As a man, however...
Yes?
To leave our folk in chains, in that death trap. 'Twouldn't be right.
If I were to calculate in heart and mind, keep note of gains and losses...
Began Meave.
I'd bend the knee to the Imperials, just as Willem did. But bloody arithmetic won't dictate my course. For I do what's just. I do what's right. Follow me!
Her troops followed without hesitation, swords in hand, their hearts afire.
Alright. Eliminate all slave drivers. Well, isn't that lovely? Slaves. Sodding slaves.
Those whoresons. Forcing my own subjects to fight us.
bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Your Grace, if we begin killing the overseers, the laborers will turn against them.
Ha!
Armor won't save.
Alright, I should be able to...
Zerikania, source of the best
Crap.
goods.
Again and again and again.
Alright, just one slave driver.
The overseers are dead, Your Grace.
Victory then.
The Lyrians handily dispatched the Nilfgaardian overseers, more trained in the ways of the whip than the sword. Those who survived now found themselves shackled in the very chains they'd forced the peasants to wear. Peasants. Oh, unfortunate souls. The cruel labor in the quarry had taken its toll. They stood before the Queen, shrunken to skin and bone, clothed in tattered rags, their eyes reddened by dust. But in those eyes burned a brilliant fire.
Your Grace, them black-clads treated us like dogs, stripped us of dignity. So we beg you, give us arms, let us march neath your banner. 'Tis a chance at revenge we seek, we want.
Reynard leaned towards Meave and spoke in a scarcely audible whisper.
Majesty, they've knout. Not boots, not even foot wraps. To equip the lot, train them, would cost a small fortune.
'Tis true. They've nought to their names.
Said the Queen.
Have few skills to offer and little strength. But to look in their eyes is to know they'll never flee. Never throw down their arms. Such recruits are worth coining any amount.
Emaciated, downtrodden, the peasants met the Queen's offer with gratitude. They relished the thought of facing their tormentors in a fight.
Alright then. No, I kind of forgot about that, but I'll deal with that in just a moment. Besides, there's still a village there. What's this?
Meave now reached Willowhain, a settlement she knew well, for it lay near Waldenrad, where in peacetime she would go to escape her queenly duties and enjoy the thrill of a hunt.
Pheasant, grouse, and partridge in abundance. You will see,
said Meave in muted excitement, pivoting in her saddle to face Gascon. Alas, it appeared the war had ravaged even these woods. Where life had stirred and grown tall before, only resinous trunks remained. And the village itself had lost its quaint allure, surrounded now by a double stockade, a golden sun fluttering above it.
Bastards couldn't even let the damn trees be.
Gascon seethed. A dismal scene. Her once cherished wood, and it weighed heavily on the Queen's spirits. Waldenrad had been a place removed, where she could rest and forget the weight of her crown. Reynard's voice roused Meave from her sad reverie.
A Nilfgaardian garrison holds the village,
he said.
We ought to drive them out. Avoid any surprise later from the rear.
give the order to attack, but none is to play the hero. We shall breach or topple the stockade together. Senseless to perish so close to home.
Reynard nodded. Moments later, the Lyrians rushed forth and attacked.
Well, atrocities. Atrocities all around. Shortened battle. Okay.
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes! Follow me!
We need to deal with that one. Crap! That's gonna hurt if I don't deal with that.
We'll catch 'em all!
End the turn.
Oh.
Again and again and again.
Ha! To thee, ni gloire!
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Alright, need to kill this one.
Oh.
Wanna know why I got my scar?
I need to destroy this one.
Ha! Alba!
Ha!
One boat's all I need.
When will you ever learn?
Need to destroy.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Give me a target. Arbalist to your command.
Egroto dum anime est, des est. My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
Try again then.
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes! Follow me!
Ha ha! Ow! Oh!
Gloire!
Ha!
Ha!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Oh!
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Ha!
To thee, ni gloire!
Lady Margarita told us of this.
I really am fucking unlucky in terms of my special cards, though. Like, do I have Gascon and Reynard Roto in my hands? What the hell is going on over here?
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes! Follow me! Ah!
Yeah, yeah! Oh! Ah! We'll catch 'em all! Oh.
To thee, ni gloire!
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Oh!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Ha!
Alba! Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Ha!
Hey, gloire!
Armor won't save.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
Ha! Ha!
Death is only the beginning!
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
Left, right, left, right.
A highly curious case.
All right. Attack. And yet defeat because Nilfgaard.
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes! Follow me!
Yeah!
Ha!
Oh.
To thee, gloire!
We'll catch them all!
Ha!
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Alba! Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Oh.
Hey, gloire! Left, right, left, right.
One bolt's all I need.
Ah.
Ha!
Give me a target.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Oh.
Again and again and again.
Ha!
Egreto dum anime est, spes est.
Arbalista, your command. Armor won't save.
death is only the beginning!
Alright, finally a win. I need to check something about Gascon though. And yeah, well, winning a battle is not the same as winning the
When
war.
the battle dust had settled, Niamh instructed her soldiers to gather Willowhane's inhabitants. Upon spotting their armed liberators, the common folk cowered in terror.
No longer need you fear.
The Queen shouted.
No longer must you worry about homes and loved ones. The war's nearly done.
Of a sudden, a villager dropped to his knees and raised his hands to the heavens in supplication.
Trache! Guide my Queen!
Niamh broke off oddly, baffled by the man's outburst. And then it dawned on her. The Rivians of Willowhane had been driven away. Taking their place, Nilfgaardian settlers brought in to transform the near-subsistence plots of local peasants into great estates producing for the Empire. Reynard managed to grasp the essence of the Nilfgaardian peasants' frantic pleas.
They wish to stay. They've come to love the land. They pledged to renounce their emperor, swear allegiance to you as their rightful ruler.
Niamh had stopped listening. She turned to survey the hamlet. The walls of the huts freshly whitewashed, tools neatly arranged, flower beds well tended. A young girl of 6 or 7 summers peered out from her hiding place in a sunflower patch.
Your Majesty?
Asked Reynard, having noted that Niamh's mind had wandered.
What are your orders? What shall we do?
They can stay on 2 conditions. Tell them. For 15 years, they'll pay double the tax. And if any of the previous inhabitants return, they're to be given their huts, lands, and any crops produced in their absence without delay.
The Nilfgaardian settlers accepted the terms with relief. Niamh's soldiers with markedly less enthusiasm. As the force left Willowhane, the troops made a show of knocking aside any food or drink the peasants offered.
Alright.
Hail Rena, Maeve! Here, Ikuat! Kla! Es... Mar... Kla! Hail Rena, Eslain Kere... Sherlain.
It's such as the nature of war. Driving them out wouldn't feel right with it. Well, my men don't like it, but then again, I made a bunch of unpopular decisions. What's another more? I'm fucking filthy rich, though. 10,000 wood, 35,000. I could just continue pumping troops until fucking I stop. There's no point. Maybe if your cards were destroyed, right? Thinking about cards. Yes, as expected, they're not in the fucking deck. I should have paid attention to that. It's because the upgrade, right? Where are they? Hold on. Such is the nature of war. Alright, I'll go until that point, then I'll stop. Oh, it's in the village probably by the looks of it. What the hell? The battle. Werewolves? Here. Alright. I shall not question it. There we go. Ivo. I don't know why you add the Witcher just for the sake of one appearance for a second in Angry.
Tell me you jest.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Alright, victory. Next. I shouldn't have played that actually.
Sometimes submission is a virtue.
Let's see what else I can play.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Hold on. There you go. My werewolf.
Give me a time.
Left, right, left, right.
Arbalist at your command.
I need to deal with that alpha werewolf. Oh shit.
Make love, not war.
Armor won't save.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Give me a target.
Bollocks. Losing by 2 points. Oh well. Time to try again.
Left, right,
Alright,
left.
the more cards I
right.
commit to.
Armor won't serve.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
Hey?
Alright.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Alright. Time to win this, right? Throw in the Mahakamaneo. The alpha werewolf.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
I need to deal with these cards.
The chase is on!
Ah!
Well, there is no perfect solution to everything.
Again and again.
That guy still needs to die. Bollocks!
Tell me you jest.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Give me a target.
I know what I'm doing.
When will you ever learn?
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
There are no more school loans to pay. We've won. Well, Willem is useless. Well, actually, he isn't useless. He can give you a significant and substantial bonus. Ascon, thank you for showing up at the right time, at the right place. Werewolf dead. What next? What the hell? What's this? Bodies. We shall prepare a proper... A mass grave. They just massacred the civilians. Oh, peasants. City. Another one.
Meve spied the outline of Malabon Castle on the horizon and turned dour. True, no golden suns waved atop its towers, yet that did not mean those within supported her. Malabon belonged to House Obert, long in conflict with Meve's own, and with Meve herself.
Behind their ramparts. Do you see them, Reynard?
Asked Meve, shaking her head.
Countless ballistae, collecting dust, while war rages all around.
Perhaps the Oberts will lend us aid,
Reynard replied.
True, you've been at odds with them in the past, but perhaps now, faced with a common foe.
A common foe?
Snorted the Queen.
You mean Nilfgaard, to whom they opened their gates? Caldwell, whom they supported?
They supported me, Mother.
Willem said.
And I know they share my disappointment with General Epdahi's actions. When they see I now stand by your side, they might forget old wrongs.
The things I do for the good of my realm.
Meve sighed.
So be it. Reynard, send a runner to the castle. Tell the Oberts their queen seeks a word.
Moments later, the castle's heavy iron gate creaked open. Meve rode into the cobblestone courtyard, where Margravine Greta, head of the house, greeted her. Although, greeted is perhaps not the right word, for Lady Greta granted her only a barely perceptible nod.
What can I help you with, Meve?
The war, my dear. The one being fought outside the walls of your castle.
Greta smiled to herself, then intertwined her brittle, ring-covered fingers.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
It is a vassal's sacred duty to serve her liege, and
my liege is King Willem.
Greta calmly retorted. Hearing his name, Willem stepped forward.
I wish to add my name to my mother's entreaty,
said the prince.
We tried to pact with the Empire. We trusted General Epdahi's promises, and he broke them, one after the other.
Margravine Greta dropped her gaze. The Oberts had lost lands, their serfs had been deported. Under Nilfgaard's rule, they had lost no less than the other great families.
We can brook no further delay. We must strike, united with all our might. Only thus can we retain hope for a victory.
Mine is long lost,
the noblewoman replied in a whisper.
I watched from my tower as their troops marched past, an endless sea of black plate. But you are right, Your Majesty. At some point, one must say enough, even if that is one's last word.
Willem grasped the Margravine's brittle hand. and bowed.
Thank you. On behalf of myself, my mother, and all our land.
Meve left Malabon Castle reinforced by the Oberts and reassured by Willem's actions. If earlier she had harbored doubts about forgiving her son his betrayal, now she was convinced she had done the right thing.
Ballistae.
We march with you, Lirian beside Rivian, together at the Blackclads. War. Prince Willem. War.
I finally have siege engines. Fucking finally. I've been left without for a long time. Okay. What should I remove then? I could remove the Aratu's Adept, possibly. I have too many cards though, actually, believe it or not. How the fuck do I have 25 cards? That's the thing that really grates at me. It's like, oh, you have 25 cards. Like, how? I mean, I can count, I think. It's counting these fucking cards is like, okay, here's a pointer, by the way, that I've noticed. These cards, you generally get like 2 of these special cards. So I will go remove, restore. This could be more useful than anything else. Although it could also... 5 Ballistae, are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Right. Order damage units by 3, 2, and 1. Cooldown. Okay. That should do it. I am putting too many units, but honestly at this stage it's like my army is unbeatable. Like, it makes sense with Gwent if you want victory, easy victories, to just, you know, go for as small a deck as possible. Of course, this makes it a joyless ride because most fights are not challenging really at all. That is a city. I will deal with the city and then I'll stop, I think. Because no, I'll actually... Should I stop now? I was thinking of stopping right now, actually. Believe it or not. Yeah, I'll do it right now. Kostin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.